James Baldwin quotes, "People are trapped in history. History is trapped in people." What do you mean? What do you say? Well, you are taught what you learn, be it in school, basically, what have you. And that becomes your foundation. So if you think that that is the way of the world, then that becomes the way of the light. Unless you educate yourself and then you see past the indoctrine. If people are taught to feel inferior, that mindset becomes something that they're subjective to until they break those chains. So often than not, we only learn what we're being taught, and it pre-programs you. So people get trapped by taking it at verbatim that that's the way it's supposed to be. That's the only thing, and then it becomes like your DNA. That's what you're told. Unless of course you break those chains. Unless of course you become your own person. Unless it's because you decide that, hey, that's not the end all be all. That's the hardest thing in life, is to be in the middle of something and just say, hey, wait a minute. You scream and you had that moment. It makes me think, I'm going to use a pop quote. Makes me think about that video about Tell Tuesdays, Voices That Carry, when I think her name was Annie Man or something. And she got up in the middle and she screamed in the middle of the song and that's what you got to do. People don't understand that you can change your mind about stuff. You don't have to be indoctrined that it's the end all be all. But that's the kind of stuff that they teach you to just kind of like always just accept it and roll over like a dog, and don't question nothing and be happy, and it, and just just all of that. It's just one of those things that is just one of those things that you accept, and you kind of buy into that. But there got to be a point where you have a turning point in your life where you go, wait a minute, enough's enough, and I can't do that. The forces of nature are getting the best of me, and I can't do that. So, what do you do? How do you reinvent the wheel? How do you come back from that? What do you say to yourself that says, hey, I can't go for that. I got to stand for something. I got to represent something. I want to be more than what they're telling me. And that becomes the way you come into your own, you know. That's how you, get your refocus. That's how you get your, get your thing back, where you say, I'm not going to go for that. So often than not, you have to go through those channels. James Baldwin is a man that I'm going to be using a lot of different quotes on probably in a particular time, but I like this particular one because